You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey, this is Dick from Lone Star Community Radio. We have a big announcement for Lone Star Community Radio and our listeners. We have partnered with another TV station. That's right, you will be seeing Lone Star Community Radio content on KVQT, Channel 12 in the Houston area. Now is a great time to start a show or sponsor a show with Lone Star Community Radio. For more information on everything that is happening, visit us online at irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776 and leave a message. And we want to also wish everyone a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
All right, folks, good morning, Montgomery County. It is Friday. You know what that means. It means Nathan, the wild and crazy goofball, is even wilder, crazier, and goofballier. Woo! Got my pink on today representing. Everybody's like, what are you representing? Breast cancer awareness? Well, it's November. That's October. I'm representing that I look good in pink. That's all I'm saying. I'm good with my manhood. I got my man card. I got 2 man cards, okay? I look good today. I am effervescent. I am on a roll. Like I've been saying Wednesday and Thursday, it's been about a month and a half, 2 months, a bunch of medical issues in the family and stuff, and I have not had a chance to bring you, the community, stuff about the community. In fact, I'm running behind. I got to pull up Facebook and see if there's any questions and stuff, but we got a great show today. We're changing the format, if everybody remembers. We're going from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to every Wednesday and Friday. Every Wednesday and Friday from 11 to 12 on Lone Star Community Radio, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, or www.irlonestar.com. Go to Google Play, go to Apple iTunes and stuff like that, and download the app. So when you're driving around town or you're taking a hot bubble bath at night, like Jake the engineer does every night, has his little bubble bath with his little candles.
Don't forget my rubber ducky.
And he's got his rubber ducky and a little froggy. You can turn the podcast on and you can listen to Montgomery County Lifestyle with Nathan Arrazate from the day before, from the week before, from the month before. Hopefully, if I don't get kicked off the air, you'll be able to go, oh, let's listen to him back when he started 3 years ago. And you can listen to the other radio shows and music shows as well, too. And they're not as pink and effervescent as I am, but they're good. And so you can catch up on what's going on. Maybe we have a show and the first guest, like our guest today, is super effervescent, and you just want to hear what she has to say. Then you just log in and you listen to the first part. Maybe we've got a special guest the second half, whatever. So it's always going to be there forever. What happens on the website? Ooh, Lord, that's right, Jake. Ah! Yeah, thank God I was in high school before YouTube and all that stuff.
It takes a good management skill team in your head.
Oh, Lord, let me tell you what. I know. My guest is like near perfection. She never had that issue. But
She is wonderful.
I had and still have horns. I just know how to hide them right there. Thank you, Jesus. Because we can be healed by the light. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm channeling that Southern Baptist old-fashioned.
Your inner Harvey?
Yeah. That's one of my personas. I have Boudreaux, and I have Frodro, and I have Santa Nate, but I've always wanted to be that old-fashioned Southern Baptist preacher that was the epitome of the Bible thumper, but he talked, and everything like that, and just, that's what we got babies in the studio, and that's okay. They're part of the guests, so it's extra noise.
Nice listening audience.
Yeah, see, we have a live audience. Hey, folks, real quick, if you're listening, Elude Arrazate and Vitra Arrazate, my parents, are next door at Conroe Coffee until about 12 or 12:15. Come by, have a cup of coffee with them, sign an autograph, whatever. Leave them a $20 bill to give to me, something like that. So if you're downtown, all you judges and Julissa and Javier and all you guys and Brett and Judge Grant, y'all come on down and see him. Judge McGinnis, I know you're a big fan. So, okay, real quick, what we're going to talk about is today I have Carla McDougal, executive producer of We Are Stronger, the movie. We're going to talk about who she is, where she comes from. We're going to talk real quick about the storyline of the movie We Are Stronger. Then we're going to talk about 2 premieres, 2 screenings going on this week. There's so much more we could talk about. We could talk the whole hour, but we're just going to go until the half-hour break. We'll bring her back on. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of new things. I'm going to bring you, next time we come on, or I may bring myself next week, some of the trailers. We have, Lone Star Community Radio has ways for you to not just look at me right now, but to watch the trailer. So when you can go to YouTube and Channel 12 and you can see more about it. So go to Facebook, go to We Are Stronger, go check that out. She'll give you some more things. And go to one of the screenings. It's a wonderful movie. I haven't seen it yet. I've researched it. I know the storyline, and it's something that we all need to see. So do that. Then later on, after the second half hour, going to have Jessie Jordan of Dr. Tim Gordon's Comprehensive Dental. Guess what's going on tomorrow? Over $100,000 worth of free dental work here in Montgomery County for veterans. Hello.
Wow.
Hello. Dr. Tim Gardner and his staff and volunteers do this every single year. So we're going to find out more about that. And that's it. And we're just going to have some fun. So let's take a quick break. And when we come back, Carla McDougal, oh my Lord, she is effervescent, isn't she?
She makes you look calm.
Hello. Okay. So we're going to have some fun. So you're listening to Montgomery County Lifestyle with Nathan Arrazate on Lone Star Community Radio, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We'll be right back.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
All righty, tidy folks, we are back. You're listening to Montgomery County Lifestyle. Nathan Arrazate, that is Ezra Charles on his Boogie Woogie. I'm looking through the glass windows at Conroe Coffee, and I see the effervescent Dick Schisler working hard on his computer. Lindsey Thompson and her two little chillins are outside. Yeah, she's smiling because we're talking about her. There you are. Folks, come by the studio right now and meet Lindsey. She's outside. She's got two little kids. She's got a tip jar. You know, she's got kids. She needs, put some money in the hat out there, dude. All right. What did I forget to do? Good morning, Montgomery County. Got to say hello to everybody out there. That includes the Woodlands, Magnolia, Montgomery, New Waverly, Willis, Cleveland, Splendora, New Caney, downtown Conroe, Tamina, and my lovely, wonderful favorite, Cut and Shoot. Got to say hi to them people in Cut and Shoot, because if you don't recognize them, they might cut you or shoot you,
Is that how they got their name?
That's how they got it right there, Cut and Shoot. All right, folks, we have been on a roll, but we're going to calm down here a minute because I have a wonderful guest. I have Miss Carla McDougal, who I just had the honor of meeting, but I've been following her on Facebook, watching some of the trailers, and she's going to tell us about herself and We Are Stronger, the movie. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. It's such a privilege to be here. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you. I've heard so much about you from different people. I have researched you, and you are a gem, and you're bringing something to, hopefully soon, the world that is pretty dadgum cool.
Yeah, it's been an amazing ride. I had the privilege of founding a ministry called Reflective Life Ministries about 2008. And it began as just a small team. But then as it began to build and grow, more and more people came involved, which is such a picture of really what we're supposed to be doing,
Right.
as we unify. And so it's a blessing. I get to just kind of cheer them on as what happens. They do the thing, they do their thing, and I get to just kind of rally them forward. So
That's the best job right there.
It is,
But
it
it started
is.
with your inspiration, and
It
it started with
yeah.
But with your love, with your heart, with your passion. So tell us about Carla. Where are you from? Give us a quick little
I am
timeline.
from Abilene, Texas.
Okay.
And
Thriving metropolis of.
yes, and met my husband in high school, and went to Wiley High School outside of Abilene, and we went then to A&M. Whoop! I know there's some Aggies out there.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
Go Tigers.
Oh no, I'm in trouble.
She's surrounded.
So anyway, went to A&M, graduated, and started having children, and have 3 boys and 1 daughter who are now all Aggie graduates.
Oh, Lord. Now
And,
we're outnumbered.
and married. 3 of them are married and got grandbabies now, and so it's a fun season. It is a fun season. And as I was called to begin this ministry, I literally kind of held back because I just said, God, how can you call me out to do something like this where I have to go speak in front of people and read your word, because I have now known dyslexia. And I knew that, this wasn't a year-long, I don't know if you've ever had a debate with God, but, he always wins. But in that year, I didn't even share it with my husband because I was too afraid to come out of that place. I was the one that was taken out of classes, English classes, growing up, and taken and put into these places to teach you how to, quote, read faster, which was not my issue. Now they know how to deal with that much
Right.
better. But fear was instilled in me if I was called out. And now God is calling me out to this place that I was literally paralyzed by it. And until one day, it was like I felt him say, Carla McDougal, I created you. I made you. And you're right. In your own strength, you cannot do this. But I will do something in you that you can't do yourself. So guess what? You can never get the glory. And at that point, I just felt like, okay. And so as I get a lump in my throat talking about it, because I had no idea where this ministry was actually going to lead. I thought it was just me going and speaking to a few women at, maybe a conference or a retreat. That happened, but then it led to one thing, which led to another, and a team began to be created within Reflective Life that was a production team. And so through that, we had our first little film that actually went along with the Bible study I wrote. And it was almost like a mini-series that the lessons were embedded in the storyline, and it was called Behind the Veil. 1 camera, that's all we had. But we caught the heart of it, and that team stayed together. So then we were asked to do another, or we thought, let's do something else, another production. And it was called First Love. And then we had 2 cameras. We kind of got excited because we had a little bit more equipment, And, but it actually was only released as a DVD. But we've been amazed how it was the movie of the week in a couple of summers ago on Daystar Television. I woke up to people texting me going, you got to get on Daystar Television because your movie is the movie of the week. And all the actors, actresses were from Montgomery County. Ulysses Laramendi, who owns the Eden Cafe, and on and on. We had a variety. Well, after that, we had this idea. One of Jake Allen, who's on our technical team, he said, what about another movie? And this one about a soldier coming back from Afghanistan, and he's deals with PTSD. And we show the effects on the marriage and the internal struggle that goes on and the need for community and yet the hope and healing ultimately through Christ. And I will tell you, we looked at each other and said, how could we be called to do that? None of us, we're civilians, none of us grew up in military families, nor did we grow up in first responder families, were we married to any. And so we just sat there and we said, how can we be called to do something that we've never walked into that?
Right.
And again, it was that same thing that came back. I will equip you to do what you can't do, and so you'll never be able to get the glory. And we said yes. And this was 3 years ago. And we became flooded with people coming and equipping us. We did interviews. We had organizations that helped us understand books that were written on the subject that have been very successful, Christ-centered resources. And it has been so that team just began to grow and grow and grow and has extended nationwide now. We are blown away at this. So that's kind of the heart of it.
Right.
Through the process, we were amazed at how, as we began to film, and there again, all of our actors are within Montgomery County, which is really fun to even be here with you sharing that and broadcasting that to all of Montgomery County.
So maybe in your next movie, she'll have a place Jake for Boudreaux.
There you go.
She hasn't met. You need to go to Facebook. Lindsey, while you're out there playing with the kids, go to Facebook, type in Boudreaux, Boudreaux.
It's an
experience. Yeah, somebody in the next movie, like Boudreaux, needs to have a mullet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, Boudreaux's got an achy breaky heart mullet that would make achy breaky heart just, sad.
I'm ready.
Well, pretty much any,
I don't know if you are.
Any fill-in. But I know I had Gary Buckaloo on, and
Yes.
oh, this is so rude. I hope he's not listening. He brought on the tall gentleman from Australia.
Yes, Bruce Stewart.
Yes. We had Bruce on here, and we talked about the movie and stuff like that with him too. Yeah.
Yeah, Stronger Alliance. And that was actually what I was going to say. Thank you you just kind of segued into it for me. In the midst of filming, we had our trailer that came out. We showed it at a church that, I don't know if you know John Sherrill, but he showed it at his church. And as I was walking out, there was a couple that followed me and kind of yelled out through the parking lot, I've got to tell you, ma'am, that your story is our life. And so I walked over to him, and she said, we live it every single day. And then she pointed into the church, and she said, and no one knows it. No one knows what happens when he comes back from war. And then she used an illustration that I will never forget. She said, she took her hands and just kind of clasped them together as she said, I believe your movie is going to bridge a gap between the civilian world and the military world. And I just, at that moment, I thought, we have got to have something. This is not about just a movie. We've got to have something that then takes them to the next step. We need resources. And the idea of this alliance was built at that point. And so we began working with organizations from coast to coast like Mighty Oaks, like Crew Military, like Branches of Valor, like Reboot Recovery, which Gary Buckaloo is part of. And I could go on and on and on. Because these organizations didn't necessarily know the others existed.
Right.
And so we
thought, why reinvent the wheel?
Yes.
Let everybody who's got their strengths come together as a circle, and this group does this, and and then this one, they both do a little bit, but they have strengths and weaknesses lap over.
Absolutely.
And then you can promote all of them for less money and less time than each individual one promoting themselves.
Absolutely. And then if someone's in Atlanta that needs, that is an organization in Atlanta and they know somebody in California that needs help, they can't be there physically to help them. But if they know of an organization to send them to, then they connect. It's connecting.
A lot of it is connecting.
It's connecting.
Relationship building. So you and I may not become the best friends in the world and go break bread twice a week. However, we'll have a relationship. You might need something or somebody that I know, and you throw it out there.
Right.
And then can't help you, but hey, Jake, remember that friend? He's like, oh, I know just who can. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
It's relationships, it's connections. And we were talking off the air. Those aren't our connections.
Yeah, that's exactly
gives them
right.
to us.
God gives it to us, and why not put it into one place? And that's what we have, a call to action at the end of the movie that directs people to a website with these Christ-centered resources, organizations, helplines. They're broken up into veterans, first responders, burn survivors. I mean, we've got 2 burn survivors in our movie that their stories are intertwined. They've allowed us to share their stories in there. There is so much authenticity that you will walk away so inspired and so ready to bring somebody else to the next showing. It's over and over again. Huntsville showed it at the theater there, and they held it over for 4 weeks.
I remember that.
And the reason why is because one person would come, they'd bring somebody else, who would bring somebody else, who would bring somebody else. And so it really is an inspiring movie. And I must do a shout out to the Spirit of Texas Bank, because they came alongside us to support us. We are totally donation based. The movie's done through donations, 100%. Every actor, actress that you see have given their time, and the producers and directors and screenwriters have. I mean, we've had to pay our technical team and all a movie takes to do, but the amount of volunteers have blown me away. And so
Dean Bass over at Spirit of Texas and his whole posse, led by my effervescent, crazy goofball buddy, Hope.
Love
you knew
Hope.
I was going to say Hope,
I
didn't
love
you?
Hope.
Oh, yeah. See, so Carla's being nice.
Yeah,
She's
I
like,
love
where's he
Hope.
going with this? Hope is off the chain. Love her. Gives good hugs, too, by the way.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Did you see all her pictures at the Astros playoffs?
Oh, are you kidding? Are you
hi,
kidding?
My name is Hope.
I love her. Yeah, we've been connected she's been on our prayer team since 2010, and the connection of how that all came about can only be because God brought us together. But yeah, just a shout out to them, because they have been so supportive and have such a heart for veterans, a heart for first responders, and for trauma recovery. So.
I know them too, and I'm with the Friends of Conroe, Cajun Catfish Festival, Sounds of Texas, and they're a great sponsor, Sounds of Texas, so I've interacted with them on that. We're looking at doing some other things down the road, and you're right. And Will Metcalf too, Representative Metcalf, who's vice president with them.
Yeah.
It's just Spirit of Texas. What a cool name.
I know.
And it
I
is the
know.
Spirit.
Love them.
We've got a couple minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll be getting you back on down the road. Maybe we'll get some of the actors in here. We'll play some of the
Fantastic.
trailers. But right now, let's talk about where the next 2 screenings are, because in a couple of days I'm going to reshare this back out there.
Okay.
And I want to get it out there before it happens again.
Okay.
Tell everybody where and what and how to get there.
Yes, we are really, really excited. We've got a show tomorrow night, which is Saturday, November 11th, which is our Veterans Day kind of celebration at First Baptist Church in the Woodlands. It starts at 5 o'clock. You can get tickets through strongermovie.com, and you can just go to Showtimes and purchase tickets there. Cast and crew will be there. We'll be doing some special things for the veterans. We're really, really excited about that event. And then right here in Conroe, we have a fun one. It's going to be at Royal San Marino. Thursday night, doors open or gates open at 4:30, and it's going to be a movie outdoors, a movie night.
And Royal San Marino, that's a new development out there, right?
Yes.
New properties. It's like, is it condos, townhomes? What is that?
Yeah, it's kind of the townhomes.
Okay.
But it's right there on the lake. They're going to do an open air, 30-foot screen. They've got food trucks. You can again get tickets at either show at the door. It's just a little bit more expensive there. But then
I think there's a family pack, something like
there is a
$30
family.
for a family of 4.
Yep.
And you're outdoors, and you're with your community, and you're with
Bring
your
your
brothers
chairs
and
and
sisters,
blankets.
chairs and blankets.
Yeah.
And Lindsey Thompson is going to be
Yes,
out there.
she is.
Go to Montgomery County Lifestyle Facebook page, folks, and you'll see where I posted some of the different connections. I'll post more out there,
Thank
too.
you.
There's an event page for it.
Yes.
We Are Stronger, the movie on Lake Conroe, I believe is how it's
Yes.
listed.
And we've got some great sponsors, corporate sponsors that have come alongside to help on that.
Well, I'm out there real quick. We got a minute.
Timber Creek and Yancey Ready Mix and Legends Architecture Stone, Royal San Marino. We've got a food truck is sounds fun. Witches on wheels, so like sandwiches, so cute. So we're
Lindsay's
really
making a
excited.
face. She said that's good food out
Spirit
there.
of Texas Bank is also sponsoring that. So many sponsors that are right here. So come on out. That's going to be a fun night. Bring your family. Let's have fun together.
And talk about
cast and crew will be there.
And talk about seeing a movie under the stars. Kids don't get to do that anymore. That's not a thing anymore.
You are right.
I know y'all grew up with that, but I went to my first drive-in movie theater like a year ago, and I didn't even know those things were real anymore. So that's awesome experience for kids to go see.
It is. It's going to be fun.
And it's cool because, most importantly, the movie.
Amen.
Get touched by the movie. Get involved. Get somebody out there is hurting inside. This movie's going to help them. Somebody out there wants to help somebody that's hurting.
Yeah.
This will help them.
Yeah.
And you're with other friends. You're with family. You're meeting people. It's relationships.
Yeah.
And it's just getting outside.
Yeah.
It's being healthy outside.
Absolutely.
It's not that expensive.
Yeah.
And stuff. So we'll talk about that more later. Montgomery County Lifestyle, talk about it. Carla McDougal.
Thank you.
Executive producer of We Are Stronger, the movie. Thank you for being here.
And a wonderful woman.
And a wonderful woman.
I'm so excited to come back. Y'all are the best.
Hey, and we mean it. And Lindsey Thompson, she's outside. You didn't get to see her on TV.
She's amazing.
Yes, she is awesome. She's one of the ones bringing this
Yes,
together.
she is.
We'll get her on to talk more about Royal San Marino later. And we'll do
Thank
more.
you. I appreciate you so much because this gets the word out for others to be able to take part in it. We want community.
Yep.
Well, let's build a community together.
And it's kind of you to say that, but I thank you because my role in Montgomery County Lifestyle with Nathan Arrazate is to bring things to the community. So I get to have the fun.
That's it.
I need to start making some money. But anyway, I get to have the fun in doing that. So it's my fun. So thank you for being here. We appreciate it, and we'll have you back on, okay?
Okay.
Folks, you've been listening to Montgomery County Lifestyle with Nathan Arrazate, Carla McDougal. We Are Stronger, the movie. We're going to post more out there. Go to Facebook. Go find it. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, your local community radio, 104.5, 106.1. We're taking the half-hour break. Eric asked us. It's not going to be a half-hour, buddy. It's going to be about 3 or 4 minutes, but it's the half-hour break. Smarty Britches. We'll be right back.
Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce Chamber Chat. The show airs on the first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio. Join hosts Courtney Galley and Brian Bondi as they chat about the Chamber's events and programs for the month and invite Chamber members into the studio to talk about their upcoming events and businesses. Learn about your Chamber with Chamber Chat every first Tuesday at 11 a.m.
This is Rick TRC. Every Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, I play today's country hits on my show, Afternoons with Lone Star. The type of music that makes you want to get off your seat, stomp your feet, sing along at the top of your lungs, and not care who hears on Lone Star Community Radio, Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, and as always on worldwide, irlonestar.com.
Remember to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on your computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. Lone Star Community Radio broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
All righty, folks, we are back. Wow, what a great half hour. Carla McDougal, you are beautiful, wonderful, fantastic. What a great show. Lindsay and the kids. I had fun, Jake. How about you?
I blast. She is awesome.
If you can still hear me, Carla, you are a bundle of energy
and joy.
And joy. They both just have stuff like this is overused and it's patronizing. There is a magic around both of those young ladies. There's a passion. You know how, and my next guest is here, and I'm going to give her a proper introduction, but beforehand, you meet people and you're like, oh, that's a nice person. And then you meet somebody else, you're like, wow, I really like them. But then there's a few people you meet, you may not talk to them a bunch, you may not spend hours with them, but something just goes, wow.
Almost electric.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you meet people and you're just like, God, I wish I could be their friend. You know, that's what just walked out of here.
Yeah.
That's what just walked out of here. Carla's got a power about her that just, and that's probably why she's doing what she's doing. That's probably what she was chosen to do.
She makes you feel warm and fuzzy all the time. Like you're the only one that matters in the world.
Is that a beard joke?
Yeah.
Is that a warm and fuzzy?
You're looking good.
It's getting crazy.
You're
though.
looking good. I like it though.
Here's what I'm doing.
I like the beard.
Thank you.
I think.
Orale.
Yeah.
That dimple just got deep. Yeah, girl. You go. No, folks, she didn't flirt with me. But well, you know, I grow beards all the time because it takes me like a week and I got a beard. I gotta start trimming it. I'm Santa Claus every year. I'm a fake beard Santa. I've got wonderful, good Santa hair and Santa beard. Glue it on. It looks really good. And I started late because, you know, stuff was going on with my dad and them. But I'm going to see what this will look like, and then I'm going to get it colored. Problem is, it looks like the people I'm talking to don't think they can color it. They think they have to bleach it. The problem with bleaching it is it could come out white or it could come out with a yellow tint.
Yellow, yeah. You almost have that orangey kind of,
because the beard hair is different than the head hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to push it right up to Thanksgiving or, you know, like a day or two before my first gig, and then see. So that's why I'm letting it get scratched. Oh, but I want to scratch it. It drives me crazy. Yeah. So Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. All right, folks. Nathan Arrazate on Montgomery County Lifestyle with Nathan Arrazate. We're changing up the format. We're going to be every Wednesday and Friday now instead of every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Still 11 to 12. I'm going to start bringing in more guests. Instead of 1 hour long, I'm going to bring in 2 or 3 people or one person, talk about different things. I'm going to talk about Eric Estes, who's listening because he's a goober, but he's married to a beautiful woman with wonderful kids, got a great dog named Sadie. And so we'll bring Sadie on and talk to Sadie sometime. But we're just going to lighten it up, and we're going to get faster. We're going to get, you know, things going quicker and stuff like that. And we'll see how that works, you know. And the sponsors, hey, doors open, buddy. If you want to promote and support local community radio, if you want to support what just walked out of here, We Are Stronger Than Movie. You're fixing to hear from a young lady who works for a dentist here in town who is the bomb diggity. This is community. Then you need to contact me and find out about being a sponsor, maybe one of the other shows. But this is Lone Star Community Radio. I have been bad that I have not pushed my show more, the studio, the other shows, the radio shows more, because so much is happening. And so much can go through. It's like PBS without the government paying for it. So much more can go through and be talked about than 30 seconds on Channel 13 or 30 seconds on the other radio station and the print and stuff like that. We can be powerful for the community in a positive way if we have the community support. So I've got Jessie Jordan of
Montgomery
Comprehensive Dental, who is Dr. Tim Gardner and Posse. See, because there's a lot of people there. It's not just Dr. Tim. There's a lot. So Jessie Jordan has got a wonderful event to talk about tomorrow.
Yes.
And you guys need to just know, when we talk about this, when we listen, if you work for a dental practice somewhere, Leanne means, think about getting involved in one of these programs, whether you do it yourself or whether you support Dr. Gardner. He's already got it going. Maybe there's some hygienists out there. Maybe there's some volunteers that have nothing to do with dental. They can use other types of volunteers. Maybe there are other dentists that can donate supplies or their time.
Absolutely.
Jessie's going to tell us about it. So, Jessie, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. We've talked before. We've met several times. Tell us real quickly who you are, what is Tim Gardner, and then talk about what's going on tomorrow.
Okay. So I'm Jessie. I have worked for Dr. Gardner for, close to 9 years now. Kind of started everywhere. Right now I'm doing our marketing. So I'm in charge of the planning and promotion of these events that we have. Dr. Gardner has been in this area for a long time. Our first office, which is just down the road from here in Conroe, he was owned and operated and still does there for, I think, 27 years now. And we just recently opened our Montgomery location to service the fine folks of Montgomery out there in 2015. So the event that we're talking about today is Dentistry for Veterans. This is an event that Dr. Gardner created just because he saw a need there. It's difficult sometimes for veterans to get assistance through the VA, and it's unfortunate. We see people come in and, maybe having a hard time, don't really have, the money, things like that. So this is an event where we really just give back to those veterans. So, we service, we have a 91-year-old coming in tomorrow.
Do you really?
Yes, served in World War II.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're doing some big things for him. It's really exciting.
And I'm serious. I got goosebumps because I've been able to be around some of those guys at the group that meets out at 105 Storage.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand. We're losing our World War II vets.
We are.
A couple of years back, this group here lost like 3 or 4.
Goodness.
The next year, halfway through the year, they'd already lost 6. Then every year it doubles and triples because that age, that 80s and 90s.
Right.
Wow. To be able to work on a 91-year-old World War II
I
vet.
know.
That's
I know.
cool.
So it's very cool. So I think he's probably our oldest. And then we're serving people who are maybe still active duty or in the reserves, things like that. So just a really cool opportunity for us to use a skill that's kind of unique to us to give back. So it's awesome. We're really excited.
Well, I'm going to throw a number out there. Is it true that between procedures and equipment and product, whatever, last year you pretty much spent, so to speak, over $100,000 worth of dental work?
That's correct. So that doesn't even factor in like the materials and things like that. That's just the cost of the dental work that we provided for free.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have doctors who are coming from, one guy's coming from College Station to help out tomorrow. We've got dental assistants coming in, dental hygienists coming in. So it's really cool. There's definitely an opportunity for other people in the dental field and also those not in the dental field to really kind of serve and get their hands dirty.
And help herd cats.
Yes, yeah. It can sometimes be kind of like that, yes.
I love my dad. Hey, thank God Conroe Coffee isn't listening right now. My dad and mom are next door, and I've been herding cats for the last... oh, Lord, for the last couple of weeks, I'm herding cats. But those are good cats. They're my, they're my parent cats. So what can I say? Hey, Javier, if you're listening, don't tell on me, okay? So why did he do this? What came first, the veteran side, or you guys? Tell us real quick about those in need, the one that we do.
Yes. In the springtime, we have an event called Dentistry from the Heart. This year will actually be our 10th event. I'm sorry, next year will be our 10th event. So 2018 will be our 10th year to do that. So during that event, it's the first come, first serve. People get there sometimes as early as, the day before and just sit outside and wait. And we service, people who are having a hard time but need some help, things like that. So that event came first. And with that event, it just really kind of, it's worldwide event. So Dr. Gardner subscribed to that. And from there, just really the team after that day, the first event that we did, sat down and we were exhausted. But he said, do y'all want to do this again? And everyone said yes. Like it's our best, they are our best 2 days of the year where we just, we're not getting paid. People aren't paying us, but it's just so cool to have a talent, the talent that we have, that the doctors have, that the hygienists have, and just be able to give that to someone. So it's really rewarding. So after a couple years of dentistry from the heart, Dr. Gardner really got to thinking who are other people that we can help just in a maybe, a different way. So he has always held the military in very high regard, as, we all should. So he came up with that, let's do something for our veterans.
Wow.
I know.
And how many years have you done this for the veterans?
This is our 6th.
6th year.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's too late really for anybody else. You've had people signing up and stuff like that. So it's not really that we're needing more veterans to come out there.
Correct, yeah.
But we're talking about this because we want people to know about it.
Right.
You guys aren't seeking the love. That's my job, to give the love to you and Dr. Gardner.
We appreciate that.
But you know what? Let's take a quick break. It's
Sure.
the last break before we get to finish up. And when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about the kind of people and what's going on tomorrow.
Okay.
Want to talk about how people can get involved next time, and just kind of maybe promote it so that other people out there, their brains can kind of swirl and go, we could do something like that.
Right.
And it may not be just like you, but something. Does that sound cool?
Sounds great.
All right. Folks, Montgomery County Lifestyle, Nathan Arrazate, thank you for tuning in. Dr. Tim Gardner, Montgomery Comprehensive Dental. But I got Jessie Jordan. We'll be right back.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
This is Rick TRC. Every Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, I play today's country hits on my show, Afternoons with Lone Star. The type of music that makes you want to get off your seat, stomp your feet, sing along at the top of your lungs, and not care who hears on Lone Star Community Radio, Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, and as always on worldwide, irlonestar.com.
Remember to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on your computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
All right, folks, we are back. It's a Friday morning. Montgomery County Lifestyle with Nathan Arrazate. Not about me. It is about you, the community. It is about events. It is about talking about small business. It's talking about bringing things to you that you need to know about. I'm looking for a picture in my computer, and I cannot find it. It's driving me crazy. It's a picture of Jessie and a dude. Don't know who the dude is, but
my husband.
Her husband. I was thinking she's going to say that. So, all right, Jessie, we're talking about tomorrow. Dr. Tim Gardner, the practice, volunteers, other dentists, other hygienists, other volunteers coming together to give over $100,000 worth of free dental work to veterans in need. People, you know, if any of you are out there listening going, well, they serve the country and they get VA benefits. I'm not even going to go to it now. You pull aside one of your buddies and you say, tell me how great and Cadillac benefits you have, and then wait for them to throw up on you, okay? Right. Yes, they get benefits. Yes, the country tries to take, but it's not the same. It's not the same as what you think it is.
Right.
They don't just get to go anywhere. It's not like insurance where you can go to 500 different doctors in Harris County and Montgomery County and choose. There's stipulations, there's things, and it's not always the best. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal to them. Jessie, what is the biggest thing you get out of this? Why is it important to you in your heart?
It just feels good. I mean, these are people who are sacrificing their life so I can do the things that I enjoy doing. I mean, for me to give up a Saturday for someone who's done that for me, like, it seems, I mean, it doesn't even.
They don't even equate.
No, they
There's
don't.
no comparison.
They don't. It's not a comparison at all. It just feels so good. And our whole team, I mean, it's wonderful for our team because at the end of the day, I mean, we're like, yes, look at what we did, high five, and like, it's just a great day, and it's just so rewarding.
And you hit on something that I am a big proponent on. Okay, long story short, I worked for a company before. I have a lot of friends that work for different companies that they get together once or twice a year, the husbands, the wives, the girlfriends, boyfriends, or whatever, or when they're really stupid and they screw up, just the employees and not the significant others go out and have dinner and drink beer and have wine and open bar and whatever, and they call it team building. That ain't team building.
Right.
Team building is going out and changing a life, sweating. Yeah, look at Dick over there laughing at me. Going out there, changing a life, digging a ditch, working on dental work for people who can't afford it, who probably have terrible teeth because they can't afford it sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's not that they don't care. It is what it is.
Sometimes, especially with dentistry from the heart, we just find that people get into kind of a vicious cycle. Like, they're embarrassed, and then, financially, maybe they're not at the best place. So then after years of doing that, there's a stigma behind it. And
I'm going to go ahead and put myself out there. I used to have the Cadillac of Cadillac insurance for 17 years. I worked for CarMax, and it was insane. Between medical, dental, life, health, everything was just Cadillac. Used to go to the dentist 2 or 3 times a year. I'm self-insured now. You think I go to the dentist 2 or 3 times a year? Nope. Yeah. Do you think when I have a pain, I think about, nope, I self-medicate it, I don't mean like self-medicate in that term, but I mean, I take the aspirin, I suck it up. So I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you mean. So I want to come back to that. So people, I want people to hear this story and be inspired. Maybe not everybody's a dentist and can go do that, but they can do something. There's companies, there's small plumbing companies, sign companies, banks, whatever, that could come saddle up alongside of you and bring you lunch.
Right,
and maybe feed the people. Maybe come out there and go, hey, do you need traffic control?
Right.
Hey, can we help you set up tables or clean up? Something.
Yeah.
And if not you guys, but somebody else, maybe there's something else. We've got Thanksgiving going on at the Salvation Army this year. It's the first time in 2 years they've served. It's back. It's bigger and better than ever.
That's awesome.
And the Friends of Conroe is helping them, and we hope that we get that legacy going back again. Perfect time for somebody like to hear you and go, God, well, we can't do that. Well, guess what? Thanksgiving Day, come for 2 or 3 hours, bring the family, bring the company, and come serve. You don't want to be there all day. You've got family stuff. Okay, come early at 7 or 8, set up the tables and chairs, and go do your thing. You've got early lunch. Okay, come back at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and help us break down.
Right.
Come out and just say hi to people.
Exactly.
Sit next to people who normally wouldn't have you sit next to.
Right.
And just say, hey, what's going on, dude? How you doing? There's so many places. And then if you want a team build, then go to B52 and go drink beer.
Right.
But go change a life first.
Yes, do that first. Like that, going to B52 and drinking beer, that's the celebratory part. You know, like that's not necessarily the team building.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's been fantastic that Dr. Gardner really encourages us to kind of open our eyes. Like everyone has a unique talent and not all of it's dentistry. But there's a way to give back with anything that you can do, I mean, you just have to open your eyes and look around. There's so many ways that you can help out
Walking down
in the
the
community.
frickin' street and just saying, hey, how you doing to everybody you pass.
Right.
Dude, I challenge you. I love doing that. I've been in MD Anderson, got back last Friday. We were down there for 15 days.
Oh, gosh.
Incredible, terrible place to be at because everybody's fighting cancer, but one of the most happiest, hope-filled places. You're like, Nathan, no. Yes. It's amazing how many people, they're searching for hope, so they're also giving back hope.
Right.
And you're just walking down the hall and like, hey, how you doing? But how many people did that to me? So many employees. We wouldn't even get close, and they'd smile and go, hey, how you doing? And it made a difference in me, So that's a start, right?
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
We sound like a bunch of Pollyannas, don't we?
I do have a question.
Do it.
About so y'all aren't doing like just cleanings, right? Like let's say one of these veterans need, I don't know.
Filling.
Yeah, filling. There we go. I don't know what other dentists are
doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So today.
Extractions.
Yes, extractions. We're doing root canals, bridges,
Dude, listen to
dentures.
this.
I mean, this is like full service stuff. I mean, these are high ticket items, like these are things that can really change a life, can really change a person's appearance, their self-esteem.
And so some of them are going to have to come back for more stuff. This is just the beginning, the first day, right?
Yeah. So some will have to come back, like depending on lab work and things like that, so they'll be back in a couple of weeks and they'll have their final restorations and be looking good, feeling good.
Wow.
But in the meantime, they'll have, something temporary in there to where it looks good. It's just not the final.
Okay, we got to get going in a minute. Here's what I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
First of all, you got to talk to Dr. Tim.
Got it.
See if you can have, if he wants to,
Okay.
see if he will come back
Okay.
in a couple of weeks and see if one or two of your patients are willing to come on with you.
I've got one in mind.
Okay. And if they want to do that, and then it's not to embarrass anybody,
Oh, sure.
but it's to talk about the good that Dr. Tim does, because let's challenge other people, not just dentists, but other people to do something like that too. Doesn't have to be $100,000.
Sure.
But let's challenge other people to see. And if we listen to a patient, then we're going to be more motivated to go, wow, we really did change a life.
Yeah. And it didn't start with $100,000 either.
Right.
Our first year was maybe 40 or 50,000. So, I mean, we've grown. I mean, this is something that, because people know about it. And we have several veterans who have come now 6 years in a row, so it's amazing. So we have relationships with those people. I mean, that's something they look forward to. They call in September like, hey, are y'all taking appointments yet for the veterans event? So.
All right, real quick, we got 1 minute. How do we get a hold of you just to see if you need help? Maybe somebody wants to send a $20 bill or $100 bill to you, or maybe they need to come let Dr. Tim be their dentist.
Okay. So you can get a hold of us by giving us a phone call. So 936-585-4353. That will send you directly to our Montgomery location. But from our Montgomery location, we can schedule in Conroe as well. So that'll get you to us. The girls that we have on the phones are awesome, friendly, sweet. You'll love them.
Okay. And Facebook?
Yes, we are on Facebook. So facebook.com/Dr. Tim Gardner.
Okay. All right, folks. Jessie, Jordan, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. Take some pictures if you can.
Yes.
And whatever you do. And when you post them, tag me, holler at me, and I'll share them.
Awesome.
All right? Folks, that does it for this week. That does it for today. Jake, the engineer, in the house, doing crazy things. Go listen to his sports show every Wednesday from 1 to 2. Folks, a lot's going on. I'm going to come back to you next Wednesday with a loaded up lineup about what's going on. We're going to talk next Wednesday about what's getting into Thanksgiving and Christmas season, and we're going to line things out. If you want to be a guest on the show, you need to message me. If you want to be a sponsor, you need to message me. If you have a story, an event, you need to message me. Nathan Arrazate on Facebook, Montgomery County Lifestyle on Facebook, or go to Lone Star Community Radio and get me. Folks, have a great weekend. My dad and I are doing 1.2 miles at the MD Anderson Give Cancer Boot Walk tomorrow. Yeah, and about 18 days ago, he just had 6-hour surgery. We're knocking it out. Nathan Arrazate, Montgomery County Lifestyle, reminding you it's your county, your life, and your style. See you.
Thanks for checking out this podcast of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. If you enjoyed this recording, make sure to check out our past shows online at irlonestar.com or their respective video or podcast formats on YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes. If you have any questions regarding the show, either it being about sponsorships or questions for the host, contact the station manager at dick@irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776. This show was recorded in downtown Conroe, Texas at the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, and Lone Star Community Radio reserves all rights to this recording and images.